No tricks here, only treats. Join me today in my collaboration with my design team for the Not Too Shabby shop while we make this adorable little card using the Halloween stamp from Not Too Shabby shop. Spit it out, and here we go. All right, so I've got this little stamp set, and it doesn't seem to have a name on it, but it is from the Not Too Shabby shop. And I'm going to use this little stamp die, and I'm going to cut out the little pieces here and then cut out each one so they're each individual stamps because I want them separated. And I think this is from, oh gosh, might be from honeybee or waffle flower. I think waffle flower, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to cut these out, and when you cut them out, they have that nice little shape around them. And I'm going to make sure I put them in the same orientation because I'm going to be coloring them, and I want to make sure the color orientation goes properly. So I've got my mustard seed oxide and my carved pumpkin oxide. I've got a little mat here that I'm going to lay these on so that I can color them and they don't move on me. It's just a little silicone mat I got from QVC. And I'm going to start with the carved pumpkin, and I'm just going to spread some carved pumpkin around the bottom third or less. Trying to resemble candy corn, although I know that candy corn is actually not white in the middle, it's white on top, but I'm making it white in the middle. So there's that. I think, no, something like that. Anyway, yeah, I think it's supposed to be, I don't know, I think it's supposed to be white in the middle. Anyway, it still looks like candy corn, so whatever. Whatever, enjoy. Oh my goodness. I love blending with oxides, and the little brush I'm using here is just something I got on Amazon, and I've got quite a few of them for both inks and oxides. Just a little finger blending brush. Not very expensive, but really handy in a case like this. So that was easy. Those are done. And then those are going to go down on a piece of black paper. And this piece of paper is 5.5 by 4.25. So card front size. And I'm just kind of laying these out so that they're separate and sort of equal. And that's the part I want to get done first. So I've got those all glued down, and they're not perfect, but they don't need to be because little characters are going to go on top of them. All right, so now I've got my little characters, and I'm going to pick out the ones I want. Oh, these are so cute. I couldn't resist buying them. I'm going to start, though, with stamping directly on here with the boo. So I want one sentiment and the rest characters. And then we'll stamp a sentiment inside as well. So I'm just going to get this up to the corner here. I'm going to grab this little boo. So cute with a little outline. And I'm going to use some of my VersaFine Clear because I am stamping over oxide. And stamp as many times as I need to get it as black as I want it. And there, that part's done. We'll just take this and set it aside and put away our stamp and get some black ink on our fingers. All right, got my mini Misty. Oh, these things are hard to grab sometimes. And I'm going to just use some, this is Accent Opaque 120 pound paper. And I'm going to grab the stamps I want and lay them all out. So I've got the little ghost bunny. That one's my favorite. I've got the little trick-or-treater hedgehog. I've got the little bandit bird. That bird's so cute too. So hard to pick. I've got the little super sloth. And I've got the little bee witch. And I'm going to stamp those all down also in the VersaFine Clear. And just I'll stamp a couple of times to make sure I get it good and dark. Oh, that bunny. I just can't even get over how cute it is. And one more time for good measure. They are supposed to appear line drawn, and they are line drawn. All right, we'll get those all stamped out, and I'll set them aside and kind of let that dry for a minute. So I'm going to be coloring, and let me just put my stamps away here real quick before I lose them, because, yeah, I lose everything. Don't tell. I don't know how it happens. Probably carelessness. So I shall carefully put my stamps away and move my stamping platform. And you can see I started to color that little llama earlier and decided, and mostly I couldn't figure out colors that were making me happy. So I just gave up on it. I'm still learning how to color. For this, though, I'm going to be using my Prismacolor pencils, and I'll color the little ghost bunny on camera, and the rest I'll color off camera. And also, I'm going to be fussy cutting them all out. So I'm starting out with the, I think it's the French grays. I can't see it now. Anyway, I'm starting out with several shades of gray so that I can kind of shade him in on his little dirty sheet, because his sheet's going to be a little bit dirty. Old. You know, our moms didn't let us use a brand new white sheet. Gosh, I can remember trick-or-treating in a flowered sheet. Yeah, it is what it is. So I'm just going to go into the darker spots and hit those with the darkest color to create the shadows. And I'll accentuate the shadows a little bit. Add myself a couple of extra little shadows where I feel like there should be bends in the sheet. Let's get a little one over here in the corner and one over here in this corner, and just kind of accentuate that one a little bit. And some little up around his little funny nose. And I'm going to go in with a medium shade and just kind of pull out the color. So I'm coloring over the darkest color and then spreading out a little bit further. That's the best way I can describe it. I watched a few Kitten Clowder videos on coloring with pencils, and so I'm just kind of following basics of what I learned. Basic, real basic, because yeah, I could use a lot more. And just adding a little bit more color here. Then I'm gonna go in with this lighter, so that I want to say it's 70, 50, 30, and 10 of the same shade of gray, or the same color of gray, and it's sort of a warmish gray. And I'm gonna do the bunny in a cooler gray, because that way they're, you know, they can be sort of distinguished apart. So the warmer grays and the French grays to me look closer to browns. So I'm just filling in here pretty much most of it. I'm still leaving, you know, some white areas that I'll hit with the lightest color, and kind of sort of try and blend them all together best I can. You know, these don't have to be perfect. It's a handmade card. And yeah, coloring is definitely a learning process. I'm loving it though. I'm glad I invested in these pencils. Then I'm going to go over the whole thing with the white pencil to just kind of lighten it all up. Make it blend out more. And I do have this sped up, by the way. I don't color nearly this fast. But this just kind of helps those colors blend in, those shades. And I'm going to just dust it off and add a little bit more here and there. Now, I don't worry if I go over the black lines, because I will draw those black lines back in with a Posca pen. So now I'm grabbing some of my cooler grays. And I'm just going to grab 2 of them. And I'm just going to kind of, you know, shade in where it needs to be shaded in. Not a lot to color on this part. He'll do his little paws and do his little feetsies. And then I'll grab the lighter tone and kind of fill in a little bit. Finish off his feetsies pretty much. And then I'm going to grab this little light pink color and just kind of do the insides of the ears. And I'll grab the white and blend it all together. All right, so I can see that I need to add a little bit more shadow where the little sheet comes over his foot. So I'm just grabbing one of the darker grays, and it's probably a warm gray. I don't know, doesn't matter. So I've got those done, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my Posca pen and just kind of go over the lines where my pencils went over, because they are kind of, I think, a wax-based pencil, and they kind of dull out those lines, and I want those nice strong lines that were in there. Such a cute stamp. Seriously, come on. I just can't resist. I'm going to do his little eyes in black too. I think we're good. Let's just check around the feet and around the bottom of the sheet. All right, so I'm going to color the rest off camera and cut them out. Here's the rabbit though. And now I've got them all colored and cut out. And yes, I did hand cut those. So it's time to put the card together. I've got here just a yellow card base, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside with the sentiment. And while I'm doing that, I just wanted to mention that we are having a collaboration hop with my Not Too Shabby design team. So make sure you hit the links down below and visit everybody's hop video for more inspiration and more products from Not Too Shabby Shop. So I'm going to grab the Happy Halloween and I'm going to lay it in here and just stamp it out. And again, I'm not going to be worried about it being too perfect, but I do want it to kind of sit straight best I can. All right, make sure I'm in camera here for you guys. Try and get it centered. And this yellow card base, by the way, is just, I don't even know where I got it. It's almost construction paper. And I cut a bunch up before I knew what I was doing, but I still kept the card bases because they're still usable, and they're heavier than, you know, school type construction paper, but they're not. I'd say they're probably 80 pound. And I think I'll give it one more since I didn't get the whole ha in the happy. Perfect, love it. It's even on there straight. How did that happen? I got lucky. All right, let's pull this off here. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick a piece of paper in there or something so that when I close the card, it doesn't, you know, doesn't make a mess all over the other part of the card. All right, now it's time to put this down. My little characters aren't stuck down yet, so I'm going to go ahead and just stick this part down. And I'm going to use my tape runner, and you'll see I'm not real great at tape runner. It sure is handy, though. One of these days I'll practice with my big ATG gun, but every time I do it, all the tape just comes out. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. People tell me what to do, but my brain just doesn't absorb. All right, now let's decide on placement on these characters here. So I know I want that bunny there. He was my first choice of where he was going. And I'm just going to use these little thin foam squares and pop him up. And I have some bigger of the same height of foam squares, so obviously I'm not going to sit here and pick through all the tiny ones. I've got this little black one though that I'll go ahead and use since it seems to be laying straight. Nobody's going to see it, so it doesn't matter if it's black or white. Just to make sure his ears are propped up. I see a little hand that needs to be propped up. And then I'll use the bigger ones for the rest of it. I get these from Simon Says Stamps. I noticed Spellbinders has the same ones, or they appear to be the same ones. The backs peel off really easy, and this is what I love about them. Let's prop up his little hand there. Yeah, I say that and then I have trouble peeling them off. No, they actually peel off quite easy. I just don't have any nails. I don't know, something happened to my nails this year. I had some like of those nail wrap things or something, and they were really pretty and I really liked them, but I think that the glue damaged my nails because they just are falling apart. I can't grow them, I can't keep them at all. So if you are sensitive, I don't recommend that type of thing. Okay, happy with Bunny right there. Now we just got to put the rest of these guys down. I'm going to put little Chickadee right here. He doesn't need a bunch. And he's going to get some embellishment too. He's so cute with that little mask on. All right, get him stuck down. and I'll do the rest off camera. All right, I've got everybody put down now, and I left some room for Chickadee because I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to put some little candy corn embellishments by him. And I have several Halloween embellishments here, so I kind of go through a little lamenting on which ones to use, because I've got these little tiny ones, but I found that they were too, I don't know, too bright. The colors just felt unrealistic to me. So I'm going to go with my Tim Holtz ones. See, I'm going to try it here, and nah, it just, no, blends in too much. Not happy. No, thank you. And I grabbed a bunch of other ones too, but we're going to definitely go with the Tim Holtz ones. And these, by the way, when I got them, I cut them in half with my razor. So they are thinner than the ones that when you buy them originally, and flat on one side, so they glue down nicely. I'm just going to put 2 here, I think. I'll use my little embellishment wand just one more time to see if I can try to like these tiny ones, but I just don't. I just don't like the neon colors of them. So let's get that off of there and glue these other ones down, and then we'll be done with our card. So pretty easy to do. You know, you can color them with whatever you want to color them with. I'm practicing with my pencils, so yep, I'm not going to be able to use my embellishment wand. They're kind of too heavy for it. And they're plastic, so they don't really want to stick to it very well. So I'll just stick them down with my extra fingers here. I hope you'll join the rest of us for this spooky hop. The links will be linked down below, and the links to the stamp set that I used. So what do you think? Get all these out of the way here for you. And I'm thinking about other embellishments, but in the end, I just decide I'm happy with it just the way it is. So there we go. I hope you like this video, and if you do like it, please consider, giving me a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing and hit that notification bell for notifications when I do my next videos. Thanks so much. Don't forget, visit the rest of our hop link down below. Bye-bye.